Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we're going to ask you to please rise and direct your attention to the east end of the stadium as members of VFW Post 1141 present our colors and the Smith Center High School Girls Chansonniers present our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. Good job, girls.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Hubbard Stadium. Today we bring you Redmen football. The Smith Center Redmen getting set to take on the Scott City Beavers in regional football Class 3A 2010 state football playoffs. Dawn, Scott City comes in this game 10-0, unblemished record. And a very experienced football team, and they're a team that they've done this before, a perennial name you see year after year in the football playoffs.
You know, John, when you look at, like you mentioned, year after year, now when we're bumping up to 3A, it's still the same names.
Last minute reminder, today's game
Smith
being
Center was in the 3A ranks previously. Scott City, Garden Plain, Wichita Collegiate, Conway Springs. The names are the same of the schools. Of course, a lot of times the names of the players change, hopefully, but Scott City's got a lot of tradition in all sports. And tonight, this afternoon, I guess here today at Hubbard Stadium, I think they probably bring in one heck of a football team.
I mentioned undefeated on this 2010 campaign, opened the year with a win over 6A Garden City, 16-14, and victorious Tuesday night in their first round matchup. I think Goodland, I think the score was 35-3, and I'm not so certain that Goodland didn't score first in that football game, and then Scott City put the last 35 points on the scoreboard. But a balanced attack. I think they're led by number one, their quarterback, Ron Baker. He's a 195-pound senior, and from what I have been told, a tremendous athlete playing the quarterback position.
Yeah, people have raved about his ability to play that quarterback position, but others have said he's an even better defensive player lining up at safety for Scott City. You know, John, you mentioned an experienced football team, but looking at these offensive starters, they only start 4 seniors.
I think there are 8 seniors on their roster. I think all 8 start one way or another. And it's been a long time since the football team in red comes into a game as an underdog, but I think that's exactly what we have today.
I think that's right. When Scott City knocked off Garden City in that first game of the year, I think that opened up a lot of people's eyes and realized that the Beavers were once again going to be a heck of a football team. I remember in years past when Collegiate, of course, as they still are today, was dominant in 3A, and they had a young man by the name of D'Angelo Evans that played running back for Collegiate and went on to star for a while at the University of Nebraska. And I remember one of the toughest games Collegiate had that year was against a Scott City team, and I think that came down to a score late in the ball game.
Redmen just came onto the football field. Their circle warm-up that they do before every football game, and you know, an interesting game time. Game starting at 4 o'clock. Scott City probably left home, I would guess, somewhere 9 or 10 o'clock this morning to get to this football game, and has to be an advantage playing this game at home on a Saturday afternoon.
Well, you know, anytime your routine breaks up, it's something that coaching staffs are always concerned about. And I know Coach Barta, even though obviously this is a home game, you know he darn sure would have loved to have had it at 7 o'clock, because it's still, even though it is here and there's no school, there's definitely a break in routine. But yeah, I agree, that's a long bus ride. I know they came through Hayes and ate in Hayes on the way up, and that's not the most direct way to get from Scott City to Smith Center, but they felt that was the best opportunity they had to get their kids a decent meal on the way up. So, you know, when you get to if this was a game, a regular season game, of course there wouldn't be, the game probably, you know, not saying it wouldn't be on the schedule, but doubtful. But, you know, when you got a playoff game and it's playoff atmosphere, that bus trip is a little bit more acceptable. Good teams are very willing to travel. Good teams will go where they have to go. You know, Smith Center, since we've been short a game, we've always tried to pick up a game with somebody, but the dates just didn't match up. But if you've got a program that's committed, travel usually isn't going to be an issue.
Looks like Smith Center staff have brought in extra bleachers for today's game on the far side. Scott City has filled up those bleachers, and a good crowd on hand on the home side as well. And of course we've got the fence lined to the west of us as well. Officials with a long pregame discussion between the two teams. I don't know that I've seen a pregame take this long, but
it is taking a while.
Looks like Scott City's got the wind, and so Smith Center, I would expect them to have won the toss and will receive the football. And that is what we have. There's a pretty good breeze out of the south, so kind of moving
now football fans,
right to left
ready?
From the home side.
You know, on that tip, if Smith Center wins the toss, they're going to take the football.
Ready.
Scott City's got a tremendous advantage now, especially if they don't kick the ball into the end zone. And even if they do, they make a long field for Smith Center, even if the ball does go into the end zone. And Smith Center has to take it from the 20.
Newell and Kuhlman back to return this kick. Brett O'Neill, the coach's son, he's got the tee in hand. Looks like he's going to kick it away for the Beavers.
For Smith Center will be 6, Drew Kuhlman, and 12, Cale Newell.
I was informed before the game, John, that Coach O'Neill is also the head basketball coach at Scott City.
I see.
Now, that's very unusual at a 3A school. That's very unusual at any school. All right, we're set to go. O'Neill kicks it away. It's not going to make the end zone. It's going to be fielded by Coleman at the 11. We're going to wedge it right up the middle. Coleman's got a seam! And he's out to about the 32-yard line.
10-yard line.
So Smith Center with a break of tradition right off the bat, running a wedge return right up the middle.
First and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
First and 10, Smith Center. Just underway. Kansas State High School football playoffs. Scott City, Smith Center. Looks like Scott City's going to be in looks like it's a 4-4. See how honest the backers are playing. See if they're going to read or if they're going to go. They're reading, they're picking and reading. Then coming Newell over the top.
Newell on the carry is going to get out.
Up to the 35-yard line.
35-yard line. Gain of 3, second down 7. Get
second down
7,
3,
Alex
second
Holman,
down
running back
7.
4, Aaron McNary 12, Cale Newell, the fullback.
Beautiful
44,
day here
Zach
in
Keaton,
Smith
the
Center.
ends, 11,
Great
Brock
autumn
Baxter,
afternoon in
and
north central
21, Nathan
Kansas.
Cox.
Stiff breeze out of the southeast into the face of the Smith Center offense. Second down, 7 yards to go. Newell again.
Newell's going to pick up a couple to
more.
about the 37.
Jason Williams is going to be on the stop for the
Gain of 2,
Beavers.
third down 5. 64. Cale Terrell at center. Guards Joshua McDowell.
One left and one right. First 2 plays of this series.
Tackle 62, Zach Hurt, 78,
Third
Josh
down,
Nixon.
5
Third
yards
down,
to go,
5 for the
Smith
Redmen
Center.
at their own 37-yard line.
McNary, he's going to get up
McNary
to
gets
about
about
the
the
41,
40.
but he's going to be stacked up about a yard
Be fourth
short.
down, about a yard.
Early game decision here for Coach Barta.
Baker on the stop.
Looks like Smith Center's going to go for it.
Well, just across the 40-yard line.
Lots of substitutions on the Beaver side of the football.
They're going to go to a 5 now, much like the Smith Center Diamond. But they're almost in a 5-4 set.
I think maybe Alex might have audibled here, Don.
Going long count. Fullback Newell, or excuse me,
Heath on the carry, gets
First
out to
down,
about the
Smith
44.
And John, I think
Good for Redmen.
offensively, it's very, very
First and 10,
important
Smith Center at the
for Smith
44-yard
Center
line.
to eat up time and get scores. But
Get the tackles,
quick
82 Camp
scores are
Barber.
not necessary.
At 55, Michael McEachern for the Beavers.
Keep that Beaver offense on the sideline. First and 10, Smith Center. There's Newell
on
off
the
the
carry,
right
gets about
side.
the 50-yard line.
He's got about
At
7.
the ends, 89, Luke
Give him,
Hayes.
yeah, we'll give him 7.
35,
Looks like
Colbert
Joshua
Couch, linebackers for the
McDowell
Beavers.
a little gimpy
34,
after that
Jason
play.
Williams,
Coming
39,
back, he's
Tyler Hess,
playing
53,
left
Jacob
guard.
Second down and about 3 yards.
Got a
to
hitch
go.
in his giddy up.
Yeah, he does have a little bit of a limp. Second down, Smith Center.
Smith Center into Beaver territory at the 49.
Cale Newell off the right
Gets to
side.
about the Beaver
He's got first down,
44-yard
Smith
line.
Center yardage.
First and 10, Smith Center.
John, we've played not even
Secondary
one
for the
series
Beavers
yet.
again is
Pick up a
one
couple
Ron
of first
Baker,
downs.
Brayton
And the Smith
Robinson.
Center offensive line looks
30, A.J. Coe.
a ton better getting off the ball than we did Tuesday night against the Sterling Black Bears. Coolman on the carry. He's going to be short of the 40-yard line.
Kuhlman on the carry. Luke Hayes on the stop along with
Truett
Jason
picked up a
Williams.
couple. Second and
Gain
8
of
now.
about 2, second down 8. Ball is at the Beaver 41-yard line.
Coolman, left side.
Kuhlman on the carry, gets to about the
He's down to the
35-yard
30,
line.
right
Ball
at
down
the
again by Luke Hayes.
35-yard line. It's going to be third down
Third
and
down, a long
2.
yard.
Coach Barta not really staying left or right. And I think all 4 backs that have been in the game have touched the football.
Coolman, first
Coolman
down,
in the
Smith
secondary.
Center.
Gets about the 30-yard line. Braden Robinson on the stop. First and 10, Smith Center. Ball just outside the Scott City 30-yard line. Good for Redmen.
Don, I think that's our fourth first down of this possession. No big plays. 3 and 4, 5 yards at a time, though.
Cale
Newell
Newell.
on the carry.
Drug down by 35.
Colbert Couchman on the stop at about the 25.
Just had an ankle. Give him 5. Second down, 5 yards to go. What was it Hank Stram said? Matriculating the ball down the field, boys.
Newell. Did he fumble?
Gets a yard, maybe 2.
No, I think they're saying he was down. I think they're saying ball was down. He was on the ground.
Down, so it'll be Smith Center ball at the 23-yard line. Gain of 2, third down 3.
No gain on the play. Third down, 3 yards to go. I believe that was Couchman again in on the stop. He's sitting up at that left defensive end.
They're back in their 5, Don.
Yeah, they are.
Long count. Blast left.
Trying to get to the corner. He runs through a tackle.
Tua Coleman.
He ran through Baker's tackle.
On the far side at about the 10-yard line.
Beaver safety coming up hard, wasn't able to make the play.
Redmen.
And Kuhlman's going to take it down to the, about the 10.5-yard line.
11-yard line, 1st and 10.
So Smith Center, they can pick up a first down. Like Don said, about a half yard short of the 10.
Coleman again, left side.
Coleman's going to pick up a couple.
He's down to about the, looks like about the 7. Maybe the 8.
8-yard line, gain of 3, second down 7.
Officials timeout.
Officials timeout.
Now we're going again. Would have liked to have had more on first down, wouldn't you?
Yeah, no kidding. 2nd and 7, long 7. McNary fighting. He's going to get inside the 5, it looks like.
Coleman on the carry, forward progress, going to get him to about the 5.
Down to about the 4-yard line. Amac on the carry.
It's going to be third. We'll call it 3rd and 4.
Third down 4.
Boy, Aaron almost, if he had a tearaway jersey on, I think he would have scored.
Yeah, and he just wasn't quite as low as the Scott City defender. Kuhlman
on the carry.
He's close.
He might have a first down, Don. They're signaling 4th, but I think he's close to a first. He's got to be close to a first.
Our down marker's saying first down.
White Hat isn't aware that we can pick up a first down. Now he steps up.
Officials timeout for a measurement.
White Hat was signaling 4th down. I don't think he even realized we could pick up a first.
Let's see how close our down marker guy was. He was signaling first down. That's a first down. That's a first. 4th down.
4th and inches.
It's close.
You know, John, we're either gonna score a touchdown or Scott City's gonna get the ball. I don't know how if we gain anything, it's gonna be 6 points. Fullback, touchdown,
Smith Center.
What a drive.
What a drive.
Zach Eaton goes in
Look
for
at
the score.
Time. 5 minutes and 9 seconds left in the first quarter. I don't care how long it took us. That's the most impressive drive Smith Center's had this year.
Cale Terrell to kick the point after.
Terrell for the point after. Well, look at all them coming from the off the edge. Terrell's kick, it looks good into the wind.
Terrell's kick
it's
is
good.
Alex did a pretty good job. The snap was high and he kind of bobbled it. Cale kind of stuttered.
Cale Terrell kicks point after.
But it's through. 7-0 Smith Center. But did you see the wind? Wow, what an effect.
You know, John, The way Cale kicks the ball, he actually got more altitude on that kick than I think any he's had. But he kicks the ball so hard that I don't think the wind has a lot of chance to affect it right away. Now for an extra point, that's a good deal.
Don, you said it when we had first down at the 32.
Also want to
A long, sustained drive with points at the end. You got what you ordered.
Well, look, there's 5 minutes left in the first quarter. Man, you can't ask for anything more than that. You do that a couple of times, and the other team's got to start thinking, we have to score quick.
Dalton Beeler. 39, Tyler Hess are deep for the Beavers.
Terrell to do the kicking. He squibs it. That baby's bouncing around. It's going to be covered by number 22, Dalton
City
Smith.
at their 30-yard line.
It's going to be 1st and 10 Beavers from their own 30-yard line.
So Scott City will have 1st and 10.
Defensively for the Redmen, Terrell and Nixon at the tackles. Overmiller are hurt at the ends. Linebackers are Eaton, Frazier, and Cox. Corners, Aaron McNary and Hobelman. The safeties, Kuhlman and Newell.
Now what's this Delaware wing T, John?
Wide receiver, 5, Braden Robinson.
Baker's in the shotgun.
You're going to see motion.
Baker's going to keep it. He's got the corner turned. He's down the sideline. He may have first down yardage.
On the far side by
Tyler Hess was the wing in that formation there, and you're going to see him go in motion a lot today.
22, Dalton Smith.
They'll use that motion to go from weak to strong side and vice versa.
Second down a yard. Ball at the 40-yard line.
2nd and inches, Scott City.
Now Baker under center.
There's your motion.
There's movement.
There's your fullback.
Look like 51, I think. Dakota Farr. Little early.
Illegal procedure against Scott City. The penalty will put the ball back to the 35, make it 2nd down 5. Tackles for the Redmen, 64, Cale Terrell, 78, Josh Nixon. The ends, 56, Willie Overmiller, 62, Zach Hurt.
Looks like Braden Robinson,
Zach Eaton,
a sophomore, bringing the play in. He's going to man that wing back position
Lewis
now.
Frazier and Nathan Cox, number 21.
There's Kuhlman. There's a fumble on the play.
He's down, I believe.
There'll be a loss on the play of about 3.
Dalton Smith was on the
yard
pitch
line
for
to make a 3rd down,
Scott
8 yards
City.
to go.
Coleman coming up hard from his safety
4 Aaron
position.
McNary, 6 Drew Coleman, 7 Alex
Eaton
Holman,
took on the blocker. Frazier took that first guy, and then Coleman took the ball carrier.
Well, they broke it with 12. 5 broke the huddle, ran off the field. Baker's going to put it up. Pass it out the slot, intended for number 12, O'Neal. It's incomplete. He's crying for a flag. Amack was on the coverage for Smith Center. By how big's that procedure penalty, John?
Huge. 2nd and inches to 2nd and 5, then 3rd and 8, now 4th and 8. Looks like the Beavers are going to have to kick it away. Baker, the punter, back in punt formation, and he's got a pretty good breeze behind him. Newell, the lone returner, and you can see Coach Rogers telling Cale to get over to that side of the field. The wind is going to take it there.
So we're going to get the ball back. Good kick. Drives Newell back to the 22. He's going to run into an army at about the 27-yard line.
27, 28-yard line where the Redmen will take over 1st and 10.
Uh-oh, we got Aaron down back here. You know, Aaron almost blocked a couple of punts against Sterling. Very close a couple of times.
29-yard line.
Looked like he was in the backfield once again, and so Smith Center, their 2nd possession. 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
With 4 minutes to go in the quarter.
And they're looking for the same song, 2nd verse here.
Absolutely. Well, look how they're shifted to the left, John. We run counter back this way.
Newell gets about the 32. Tripped up by Couchman.
If he skips out of those tackles right there,
second down, 8 yards to go.
He gets to the edge in a hurry.
Well, they had 3 defensive linemen on our left side. Let's see if they come out set that way again. Watch 82, this defensive tackle on this side. They're pretty much straight up now.
Couchman on that last tackle. He's been their leading tackler early in this game.
Newell again. He's out close to first down yardage. I think he's
Newell
got
on
it.
The carry.
It's close. Might be just a little short.
A.J. Coe on the stop.
It's going to be
about
third
the
and less than a yard.
Line. Gain of 7, third down and a yard.
Smith Center quickly to the line of scrimmage.
Coleman! Here we go!
61 yards for number 6.
Truett Coleman goes 61 yards for the score.
He broke a tackle at the second level, ran through it, and the safety was nowhere to be found. He had to be blitzing.
Wow.
Big point after again.
To kick the point after.
Remember the wind.
Terrell for the PAT.
Terrell's kick will be no good.
It's no good.
But our score, the 61-yard by Truett Coleman in the 3:03.
61-yard run by Truett Coleman at the 3:03 mark of the first quarter. Smith Center on top of Scott City by a score of 13-0.
Dalton Beeler and Tyler Hess deep for Scott City as Terrell set the kick.
We squibbed the last one. Ball! We got it!
Center's got it!
Frazier's got it!
Smith Center football! I don't know who got the hit. I think.
Oh! I thought Frazier had it.
I don't know how we didn't get that ball. No! Smith Center! It is Smith Center football!
Let's see the replay here. Let's see the replay and see who we can see who got the hit.
Tyler Hess was on the carry.
I think it was
a big hit.
I think it was Clay Pickle. I think it was Clay Pickle on the hit, and I think Frazier recovered it.
I thought he caught it in the air. There's the ball.
See, watch Clay Pickle right here. Boom, number 2 right on the football. And I think it was Frazier.
All right, Smith Center has it back. 1st and 10. Wow. Amac.
McNary across the middle.
Down to about the 32-yard line.
Tripped up by Droman. Pickup of about 3 to the 32-yard line. 2nd down 7.
John, what's their 2 defensive tackles? 55 and 82. And watch if they're just submarining our linemen.
Yeah, that's exactly what they did. Newell, nowhere to go.
Newell. No gain on the play. 3rd down 7.
3rd down, 7 yards to go, Smith Center. Boy, first they signaled Smith Center football, and then they signaled Scott City football. and then they went back to Smith Center football.
I think Frazier got the fumble recovery.
Well, that's what
I
it
thought
looked
that's
like.
who it was. And I know it was Clay Pickle on the hit.
Big third down and 7. Let's see if we come back with number 6. Johnny read that wrong. I think he goes inside. He's got some running room.
53 came off the block and made the play, and I think you're right. I think the blocker's rear end was here. I think he could have cut that back inside because I'm not so sure there wasn't a corner out there as well.
I think there was. He wasn't going to be able to outrun him to the corner because he was standing there waiting for him. I think he just had a little bit of an incorrect read. Smith Center's going to break the bone. No, still got the bone. Got a split end. Hobelman going for Coleman deep. It's going to be a jump ball, and it's incomplete.
Pass thrown right into the breeze.
And it's a stiff one.
So Smith Center's not going to be able to capitalize on the turnover. It's going to be 1st and 10 Beavers at their own 36-yard line.
That's a big stop by Scott City. That's a big stop. 1st and 10 Beavers, their second offensive series.
Fullback.
Williams on the carry. Like Terrell's going to get up off the bottom along with Cox. Gain of 2 on the play. We're under a minute, first quarter action, and there's been some. Gonna try to get to the edge again. That's Dalton Smith on the carry.
Looks like he got about 5, Don. Third and we'll call it 3rd and a long 3, short 4.
Smith checks out of the ball game.
Big play here.
It's going to go up. Deep over the middle, incomplete.
Don, look at the clock.
I know. Perfect.
It's huge.
Perfect.
If they decide to punt it away now, 4th and 4, they're going to be kicking it into the breeze. The quarter runs out on the incomplete pass, and Smith Center's going to take a 13-0 lead into the second quarter. What that might also do, Don, is that might also say we might just go for it going into the win. It might give them an opportunity to extend a possession. Of course, this game is sponsored by the Kansas State High School Activities Association. The Kansas State High School Activities Association conducts officials, rules meetings, training clinics, and workshops throughout the state with a view toward providing a sound educational experience for all athletes. For more information on becoming an official in any sport, contact the Kansas State High School Activities Association at 785-273-5329. A public service message from your Kansas State High School Activities Association and Channel 17 Sports. Baker is going to be in punt formation, but remember, he is the quarterback.
Oh, I think we've got a hand on that one.
Kick was partially blocked.
Ball's going to go out of bounds at the Smith Center 37-yard line.
21-yard kick. We either got a hand on it or it exited stage left off of his foot.
He didn't get much of a foot on it.
And the wind might have had a little bit to do with that as well.
1st and 10, Smith Center. Just underway in the second quarter. Coleman again, or no, so that's Amac.
It's Coleman.
It is Coleman, you're right.
Coleman gets out to about the 43-yard line.
It's okay. Take your time getting up. That's all right. Going to give him 6 on the carry.
Hayes on the stop. Gain of about 7 on the play. The 44-yard line, second down 3.
Offensively, Smith Center has had good tempo.
Yeah, exactly. Things have meshed very well. Eaton. First down, Smith Center.
Brought down by Rios.
One of those big defensive tackles, 55.
That is good.
Michael McEachern hobbles back to the defensive huddle.
Big sophomore, 250 pounds.
He's playing across from Terrell and McDowell. Now it looks like he's over there across from Terrell and Overmiller.
Newell got about
get
3 more.
Falls forward for 3.
46-yard line. Second down 7.
10:45, second quarter. Coleman!
There's your cut, Don.
Yep.
There's your cut.
First and 10, Smith Center.
That time he read the kick-out block.
Yep, exactly.
First and 10, Smith Center.
And I'm happy he hung on to the football at the end because they were trying to strip him. Late substitution in for the Beavers. 41, Drew Kite. Looks like he's at a linebacker.
Fullback.
Eaton, the ball carrier, gets to about the 29.
Another big gain. I tell you, John, we got.
Second down 3.
Looks like Scott City's going to take a timeout.
Timeout, Scott City.
Tell you, if the fullback starts going, we could have a lot of fun today.
Imagine if you were debating or marching before hundreds of people. Kansas high school students have been debating and performing spectacular marching halftime since school started. You are invited to support the fall activity programs of your school. Attend a game, volunteer to judge a debate, or enjoy a music program. A public service message from the Kansas State High School Activity Association in Channel 17 Sports.
Smith Center Spirit Squad. Darian Allen, Caitlin Albert, Blair McNary, Katie
Second
Crowley,
down, long
Amber
3
Davis,
for
Jenna
Smith
Cox,
Center.
Jessica Gooder and
Ball's
Courtney
on the
Smith.
Scott City,
It'll be second
29-yard
and 3
line.
yards to go for Smith Center. Ball is at the Scott City 29-yard line.
10 minutes to go, second quarter. Fullback.
Eaton, the ball carrier.
Not much that time.
You talked about those tackles, Submarine, and
Give him credit for 2.
Was it 52?
The 32-yard line.
52, the tackle on this side, Drake Igwanza, a 230-pound sophomore. He must have gotten low on that play because Eaton had to go over the top. You can see Alex changing the play at the line of scrimmage. They're coming inside.
Eaton. First down, Smith Center.
He's going to be brought down about the 23-yard line. First and 10, Smith Center. Hayes and Baker in on the stop for Scott City.
Smith Center with the ball at the Beaver 23.
Newell on a pile.
Newell gets maybe a
Boy, Don, that's risky business. We've done that now maybe 3 or 4 times on this drive.
Rios.
You leave your feet. A lot of risk to yourself and a risk at getting that ball popped out.
We see why that's happened, and you know, with those tackles playing that way, if they're able to take our people out, there's nothing but a pile there. Number 59 looks Jake Drawman, 210-pound senior. He looks like he's banged up pretty good.
It's like his shoulder. 2nd and 8.
Coolman down to about the 17-yard line.
Wrapped up by Robinson.
3rd down, 4 yards to go.
It'll be 3rd down and about, we're going to call it a long 3. The 17-yard line.
Coleman again, cut, had to, another cut, covers up the football, and he's got 1st down yardage for Smith Center.
Give his backfield mates credit there. Eaton and Aaron McNary both making tremendous blocks on the edge. Huge hole there. The flow came across the field and made the tackle, but give 4 and 44 credit.
1st and 10, Smith Center. Eaton on the carry. He's inside the 10.
Gets to about the 10. Halftime score to pass along. Pretty Prairie 24, Osborne 24. Gain of 2, 2nd down 8. Ball just inside the 10-yard line.
Bulldogs playing Bulldogs in that Osborne Pretty Prairie game today that Mike just gave a tied up 24-24 score for.
Pretty Prairie, the #1 team in 8-man Division 1.
Amac down to about the 7.
Gets to about maybe the 8-yard line. Pick up a couple, make it 3rd down.
Ooh, 3rd and 6.
Yeah.
Ball is at the 8-yard line.
Sure wish they'd jump. Whoops, almost. Coleman. He's inside the 5 to about the 4.
Think he's going to be about a yard short. They're signaling 4th down.
Now what do we do?
At the 4-yard line.
Coach Bard is going to call timeout.
Smith Center's going to take a timeout at the 6:08 mark of the 2nd quarter on top of Scott City, 13-0.
Smith Center with touchdowns on their first 2 possessions. They turned it over on downs the 3rd time, and now they've had this long opportunity to move the football here in the middle of this 2nd quarter. They've taken it from a punt that went out of bounds at about the 37, and now they're down to the 4-yard line.
And Scott City's had 2 offensive series, is that correct?
Yes.
Here's a score for you. KU 52, Colorado 45. That's a final.
Smith Center getting ready to go. They're lined up 4th and 2. 4th and 2, and the ball looks like at the 4-yard line. So Smith Center is going to go for this, looking for a couple of yards on this offensive play.
Coleman
is
going to mark him just short.
Where his knee came in.
But it's going to be 1st and goal, Smith Center. And there's another Beaver down on the ground.
I think I thought it was 35. I thought it was Couchman, but I think he's over there. He's holding an ankle or a knee.
Ankle or a knee, yeah.
It's 30. A.J. Cow.
30, A.J. Cow.
160-pound senior.
He said KU won that game. I can't believe that.
So Smith Center just short. Just short of the goal line. You can see the tip of the football almost touching the yellow goal line. You can see the Beaver coaching staff out there tending to Cal. Now I wonder if maybe they're not going to indicate to bring the ambulance on the field.
I was talking to
Looks like they are going to unlock the gate. No, maybe not.
I was talking to a gentleman this morning that had been listening to the Stanton County Ellis game last night, and I believe the score was 14-7 in the second quarter, and there was a rather long delay from what he was telling me because of an injured player. Never like to see that. Wow.
Ellis or Stanton
I
County?
I believe it was Ellis, but I don't know that for a fact.
Looks like the young man is going to get to his feet. It's going to hobble off. Smith Center, Don, they did pick up a first down on that play. I did forget that.
Yeah, it's 1st and goal.
Play resumes. Smith Center football, 1st and goal.
Hang on to the ball, man. Hang on to it. We certainly hope that AJ is going to be okay and the injury's not too terrible. Smith Center 1st and goal, just outside the goal line.
Eaton the carry.
Eaton on the carry.
Don't have to get much.
Can be stopped short.
And apparently we didn't get just very much.
Looks like he's marked the same spot he was before.
You know, if we get it on 4th down, that's okay, because that's going to take another about 2 minutes off the clock.
I'd just as soon score on second down.
I'll take it right now, too.
Eaton on the carry.
Touchdown! Boy, they took their time.
He got stacked up, and I think he was still digging, and he fell off to the right, and I believe fell into the end zone first. I think is that Eaton's first touchdown of the day?
I think so.
At the 5:14 mark, Zach Eaton takes it in. Terrell for the point after touchdown. Kick is up.
Terrell's kick
is good.
5:14 to go in a half.
At the 5:14 mark of the first quarter, honestly, who'd have thunk it? Smith Center 20, Scott City nothing.
Don, I don't think our stats, I don't think it has time of possession. Yes, it does. We've got 9:50 to 2:10. I don't think that's right because we've already played 17 minutes of football. Now it's updated. Don, time of possession 16:15 for Smith Center, 2 minutes and 31 seconds for the Beavers.
Wow. That says an awful lot right there.
Pass at Beeler, deep for Scott City. Terrell the kick for Smith Center.
Did you find it?
Terrell's got it on the tee. Squib kick hit one of the upbacks.
Will be down by Scott City about their 31-yard line.
Boy, Don, we get a deflection toward us there. All of a sudden, we've got the football back.
Scott City football, 1st and 10 around 31-yard line.
Well, you know, the one time we got a big break, we couldn't do anything with it.
Yeah, on the hit by Pickle on the kickoff.
Everything else has been vintage Redmen football.
This is a new formation. Split backs, 2 receivers, 1 each way.
Quick pitch. That's Byler down the sidelines.
Truett's not going to get him.
He's going to go all the way for the touchdown.
Dalton Beadler.
Well, that,
69 yards for the score.
guess you don't need time of possession when you score that fast.
I guess that's right. Boy, they had that side cleared.
First time we had seen that formation today.
Well, they must have got a pretty good block on the corner. And the safety, I think, may have just taken a little bit of a wrong angle. Kick is good.
Neal's kick is good, so 4:58 to go in the
4:58 to go in the first half. Now it's Smith Center 20, Scott City 7.
Smith Center 20, Scott City 7.
You can see Coach Rogers and Coach Hutchinson out there trying to make sure that they get things straight with whatever happened on that last defensive play. I think you're right, Don. I think maybe because there was no play fake.
No, just a quick pitch
to bring anybody inside.
And I know, I'm pretty certain what they were probably in is as soon as the corner sees motion that way, he comes down hard. And the linebacker and the safety, I don't know.
O'Neal will kick for Scott City.
Kicking into the wind, I think you've got to be, it's kind of a tough decision. You're kicking into the wind, but you certainly don't want to give Smith Center a short field either. So, but I think you've got to be aware of a possible onside here.
I do too. O'Neal is the kicker. Newell and Coleman deep for Smith Center. Good driving kick into the wind. Coleman at the 13. Trying to get out. We got either a hold or a block in the back. It's going to bring that back.
12-yard line, brings it out. Brought down by Rios.
The only reason I take a guess at that is it was right in the middle of the wedge.
Holding on the Redmen. Spot foul. It's going to be Smith Center 1st and 10 at the 18 now.
Now let's not let momentum switch here on us.
Smith Center 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
We just got to, Smith Center needs to just keep doing what we've been doing.
Scott City back in a 5. Fullback, Eaton.
Good hard run by the Smith Center fullback. He's going to get up to the 23-yard line. Gain of 4 on the play. Now you sure could 4-yard him all the way down the field.
Uh-oh, ball's on the ground.
Sure look like it. It sure looked like it. It's going to remain Smith Center football. 3rd down and 5.
Either Newell or Terrell recovered it. They were the last two up. Unfortunately, that play kind of takes you off sequence. 2nd and 6 to 3rd and 5. You're certainly hoping for 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1. Beaver linebacker's going to blitz. Newell.
Oh!
Nice play by O'Neal on the edge.
Absolutely. It's going to be fourth down and 2.
I think he's going to go for it.
I do too. Smith Center's going to go.
Uh-oh. Delay.
Ah! The plan was to get them to try to get them to jump, and if not, call timeout.
Fourth down, 6.
2:59 left in the half. Bueller and Robinson are going to drop back to return the kick. Remember, Bueller, he's the one that went 60-some yards for the touchdown.
Robinson, Beeler deep for Scott City.
End over end, take a hop. It's going to be Bueller from the 30. Still on his feet down the sideline.
Monroe Schmidt drives him out of bounds. I don't know how we weren't able to get him out downfield, but apparently just couldn't quite wrap him. It's going to be on the Smith Center side of the 50-yard line. First and 10 Beavers, 2:37 to go.
Now the halftime score we give you at Osborne was incorrect, but I can tell you at the end of 3, it's Pretty Prairie 28, Osborne 28.
Now they're back in the
back
Delaware.
with Baker in the shotgun. Williams.
That was Williams on the carry.
Williams on the carry. Gets about the 43.
Eaton and Newell on the stop for Smith Center.
4.
There we go. Byler again on the carry, trying to get wide. Coolman on the stop.
Scott City has 2 timeouts left. O'Neal bringing the play in from the sideline. 1:45 left in the half.
Third down 5. That's just big tight end.
Here's that split formation they scored on.
There
There's
it
the
is
same
again.
play.
Frazier got him.
Beeler gets about a yard. Lewis, the hit.
Now what's Scott
Frazier
City
on the
do?
stop at the 44-yard
Well, I think they got to go for it.
5 yards to
I
go.
think you have to think that Smith Center's not going to be able to go 60-some yards in a minute with 2 timeouts.
They take their tight end out.
They might drop back and punt it.
Take Williams out. Now they're going to go.
Less than a minute left in the half.
They get twins. First time they've been in this set, I believe. Going to flood this side. Oh, they moved. Screen out here in the flat. Missed tackles. Another missed tackle.
Touchdown, Scott City.
Colburn Couchman all the way down sidelines
Couchman.
for the Smith Center, or the Scott City touchdowns, and missed tackles galore. And I thought the whole backfield moved before the ball was snapped. Wow.
O'Neal the kick.
Kick is up. Kick is good.
41.3 seconds to go in the half. It's now
41.3 seconds to go, first half. Smith Center 20, Scott City 14.
Two big plays by the Scott City offense have turned a 3-touchdown advantage into a 6-point football game. Smith Center did receive the opening kickoff, so Scott City's going to get it to start the third. Smith Center able to stop the play they scored the first touchdown on third down when they tried to get Bueller outside. Frazier made that tackle, but then the swing pass, 3 missed tackles over on this sideline, and Couchman took it in from about 40-some yards out.
At halftime, O'Neal the kick for Scott City. Coolman to Newell, deep for Smith Center.
You can see our kickoff return team kind of coming up.
And shifting to the north also. Of course, they're kicking from that hash.
That's going to go out of bounds.
Go out of bounds.
Kick's going to go out of bounds on the far side.
Smith Center's going to take it at the 35.
1st and 10, Smith Center. 41.3 seconds to go in the first half.
Smith Center's going to have 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Now Smith Center's going to, now that we do break the bone, Coleman's coming in motion. Whoa.
Big hit by 53, Jacob Rios. He was out here on the slot, come back to inside and made a tackle.
25 seconds to go, clock running.
We need a touchdown like we had against Beloit.
Yeah, no kidding. Eaton the carry.
Gets to about the 39.
That's going to be the last play of the second quarter. So we're going to go to halftime with Smith Center on top of Scott City. But wow, what a change in momentum. Smith Center 20, Scott City 14. John will have some stats here in just a second.
Remind everyone, Hubbard Stadium is a non-smoking facility. If you care to smoke, you need to
Offensively for the Redmen, 13 first downs. Scott City with only 3 first downs in the first half. 8 carries for 105 yards for Scott City, and of course those 2 big plays. Bueller went 69 yards for his touchdown, and Couchman 44-yard touchdown reception were their 2 big plays of the half. Smith Center 43 carries, 220 yards. Through the air, again, Scott City 1 of 3. Again, that touchdown reception to end the half. Smith Center has attempted 1 pass, and that was incomplete. Total offense for Scott City, 11 plays, 149 yards, averaging over 10 yards a play. But if you take away 69 and 44, the other 9 have only netted 36 yards. And so the Smith Center defense has played very, very well, with the exception of those 2 plays that have went for 6. Smith Center has 44 total offensive plays for 220 yards. Scott City lost the fumble on a kickoff. Penalties, Scott City 1 for 4, Smith Center 1 for 5. Individually for Scott City, Baker 1 carry 9 yards, Smith 2 for 18, Williams 2 for 10, and Bueller 3 for 68. And again, he had that 1 for 69, so his other 2 carries he lost a yard. For Smith Center individually, Aaron McNary 5 for 18, Truett Coleman 15 for 119, Cale Newell 12 for 46, and Zach Eaton 11 for 37. We're here at halftime in Smith Center. Smith Center and Scott City, the Redmen on top of the Beavers, 20-14.
Madison Hamilton, Colony Crest at Lebo. Osborne's at Pretty Prairie, and again, last score we had at the end of 3 quarters, the correct score is 28-28. And Jetmore Hodgman County is at Hill City.
Okay, here at halftime, the Smith Center Scott City football game, we have the opportunity to turn the tables a little bit here, and we've got Mr. Tad Phelps, and he's going to be on the other side of the question-answer scenario here at halftime. And Tad, first of all, I think congratulations are in order.
Thank you.
Was it the Kansas Broadcasters Hall of Fame?
Kansas Association of Broadcasters. Yeah, it was a surprise to me. Usually it's the people in the East. Phillipsburg's been the smallest town to ever get this award. It always goes to the big Wichita and that kind, because they hear them more back there. And it's not just announcers. It's involvement of the community and all this in sports and all that.
And you haven't done any of that.
No.
None of that. How many years has it been?
Since I started?
Yeah.
62 years. I started as an 8th grader in Garden City at KIUL, sweeping out the control room. They didn't pay me. And I would go down late and Segway Records. You have no idea what that is, with CDs and everything. The records, the 33s.
Oh, I know what the records are.
Okay,
Yeah.
I know, but the 33s, you start them and you Segway. You go from one to another, back and forth. And I didn't get, like I say, paid, but I just wanted to be around it. And
when did the sports end come into it?
well, as a kid, again, I can remember this in the middle 40s. Before they had tape recording, they had wire recorders. It recorded on spools of wire. And when those things would go bad, if they go bad, it'd spring up and look like a chore girl is what it looked like there, and you just threw it away. You couldn't start. I would get that, and back then the newspapers would come out with ball games, baseball in the summer, and would tell of the first inning, Ted Williams fly to left, this, and I would make up ball games from reading, and I'd do a whole ball game, record that, and listen to it.
I think Ronald Reagan did that.
See,
broadcast games from getting it off the wire service.
Yeah. So I got involved there, and I was thinking it'd be great to get paid to watch and do. Of course, I always imagined Fenway Park, but that never came around.
Do you have any idea whatsoever how many miles you may have traveled?
Well, I got a van. I had a 3-year-old van that I bought brand new, and when I traded in 3 years later, 144,000 miles. And of course, a lot of those were trips. Pleasure trips too.
Yeah.
Tad, how long have you been in Phillipsburg?
I've been there since I was there 68 to 70, and then I went to Idaho for 2 years. I managed a radio station at Mountain Home, Idaho, which is a misnomer. It's 10 miles out in the Snake River Desert. I thought, boy, I've always want to live in the mountains. Well, it wasn't in the mountains. It was in the desert. The reason why they called it Mountain Home, it was in the desert when the train, or in the mountains, when the train came through. The railroads came through, they moved it down to where the train was, and they kept the name of the town. So I was there too, then I came back in 72, and I've been there ever since, sir.
Has there been any one game that you can look back on? Any game. Basketball, football, that you'll never, ever forget. Or you never, if you'd have missed it, you'd have just been in terrible shape. 5
overtime. Northern Valley Logan basketball game. 5 overtime. It got so bad in the gym. They had if they opened the doors, the sweat came off in there, and they had to do that. And people said that was just on AM, so you couldn't get us too far out. People who were driving from somewhere stopped their cars. They told me to listen to how that came out. Now that's the game I think I remember is the Silver Lake football game on that. That was a great football
at
game.
Logan Field in Topeka.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, and the one there where Smith Center played.
That was Rossville game, was it? Topeka?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
At Logan Field,
right,
yes.
Yeah. And so, that's there's been a lot of great ones, and everyone treats me so nice. I go to schools, and you call them and tell them we're coming, and they always make a place for us.
We got to go here pretty quick, but I know Mike would probably be able to help you out on this, but all the traveling around western Kansas that you and Gary have done, and you and I even did it for a couple of years. Best place to eat?
Well, it used to be Al's Chickenette, but that's not there anymore.
I think that's what Mike would say, too.
The Al's Chickenette is not there anymore. Oh, I found some great the steak place in Bird City after the St. Francis Smith Center game.
At Big Ed's or
something like that. Yeah, that was a great place to enjoy. I know a lot of great places to eat, and I've found some, most of them.
Well, Tad, we want to congratulate you again.
Thank you.
And for long overdue honor, and thank you for everything you've done for our kids and our community, and of course not just Smith Center, but Phillipsburg, Logan, Northern Valley, Kensington, everywhere in the area. So once again, congratulations.
Thank you, and it's great here. The second half's going to be interesting, I think.
Let's hope so.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Well, Don, we're back here at halftime, 20-14. The Redmen dominated this game early. 3 quick scores put them up 20-0. And then just like that, Scott City in the last 5 minutes of the second quarter, they put up a 1-play drive. Bueller went the distance from about 60 yards. And then the 4th down swing pass to Couchman. Real different ball game as we come back here 20-0, and now we stand 20-14.
Yeah, I'll tell you, the swing and momentum, wow. And, you know, you look, it's the old story of the tortoise and the hare.
All right.
I hope it ends up that way. But the tortoise plods, and then the hare just picks up something really, really quick, and that's the way this game went in the first half. Smith Center eating up almost, well, over half the first quarter to get a score, then scoring again, working their tails off, time-consuming drives, and then Scott City, with their tremendous athleticism, is able to punch 2 scores across from extremely far out, and it's going to be a, you know, I keep going back to the tortoise and the hare, and let's hope for the Smith Center stands it ends up that way.
As I mentioned there toward the end of the second quarter, Scott City's going to get the opening kickoff here in the second half, and so the Smith Center defense is going to be asked to go out and get a stop early. And Don, as we have said so many times, if you can make it a 2-possession game, I don't care if you're a quick strike offense or an offense that takes it 10 or 12 plays to score. If you can make it a 2-possession football game, changes the total complexion of the game.
Absolutely, because you hate to say you got some breathing room, but that's exactly what you've got. You keep the 2 possessions, or the 2-score lead. They score, you get the ball back, you can go right back at them. You get inside that.
Dalton Beeler,
although they're all important,
Scott City.
That possession right after you're down to a 1-score game is so, so important.
Looks like Bueller and Hess back to return this kick. Smith Center does have the wind at their back here in the third quarter.
Cale Terrell's going to boot it to start the second half. Driving end over end. Picked up at about the 5-yard line by Byler again.
Beeler takes about the 2-yard line.
Get up
It's about a 20-yard return at about the 22-23.
And we'll give it to him on the 23-yard line. 1st and 10, Scott City.
Aaron
McNary and Sellers look like they were on the stop. So Smith Center with good kick coverage.
And the other side of that, now they're going to spread it again. Let's see if somebody comes in motion to overload. Now they're going to go straight dive this way. That's Williams again on the carry.
Williams on the carry, gets about the 25.
Frazier up top.
Runs into a host of Redmen there.
Overmiller and Cox down low.
Bottom of the pile. On with Kuhlman.
Fullback picked up a couple. 2nd and 8. Now they're in the eye.
Lead off the right side, not much.
Beeler.
Another injured Buffalo. I think that's the ball carrier, isn't it?
No, I think it's either, I think that's 55. I think that's that defensive tackle.
Yeah, it is 55. You're
Michael
right.
McEachern.
He went out earlier in the ball game, didn't he?
Well, he got up and kind of hobbled back to the huddle one time. Now they're looks like at a shoulder. I know he starts both ways as a sophomore, starting guard and starting defensive tackle. The young man that was hurt right before the touchdown score. Do you remember that number,
Yeah,
Don?
number 7. Was it number 7?
It was his brother. It was A.J. Keogh, number 30.
Number 30, that's right.
Number 30 went out with a leg injury.
I believe Joe was saying he was in on 9 tackles in the first half before he went out.
And I don't, I didn't see. He might still be in the locker room at half. It looks like they've got a young man without pads on here right by the third down marker. So that's another young man that's injured.
Yeah, he's got his shoulder wrapped up.
That was 59. Remember, 59 left the game.
5 minutes to go in the
holding
ball
his
game.
shoulder
It's
down.
Osborne 42, Pretty Prairie 34.
Looks like a pretty serious injury. I'm not sure. Are they looking at his right leg?
I can't tell.
I mean, at first I thought they were dealing with his elbow or his shoulder, but I know the young man keeps lifting his head up off the ground, and training staff is out there.
Looks like they're going to get him up to his feet.
It must be right leg.
Yeah.
Up.
He's not putting a lot of weight on that right side. He's a large young man, 250-pound sophomore.
Play resumes. Scott City football. 3rd down, 7 yards to go. Ball is
and
at
I believe 5'10".
Own 27-yard line.
Yeah, he's thick. I seen him before the game. He is thick.
Prototypical offensive lineman. Okay, now O'Neill's going to be split out here to the right. They're going to go twins left.
Bueller's left.
Oh,
movement early. Flag down.
We have
Number
flags.
39, Tyler Hess, just got a little quick. And I'm still not convinced on the touchdown pass they weren't quick.
Still 3rd down. 5-yard penalty.
We got procedures. Going to put the ball back at the 22-yard line and make it 3rd down, 12 yards to go.
Big 3rd down play for the Smith Center defense. See if they change it. It looks like we got the same set.
I was wrong. It's Robinson split left, not Bueller.
Quarterback's going to keep it. Baker's got the first down.
Brought down by Newell, I believe.
That's a big-time play by the
and he'll pick up a
Scott
first
City
down
quarterback. 1st and 10
at the Scott City 35-yard line.
Redmen defense played very well first 2 plays of this 3rd quarter, and then a big play by the quarterback gets him first down yardage across the 35.
Fullback. Now
quarterback
again. Oh, my. Boy, did we get sucked in on that. Baker's running for the pylon. Hobelman drives him out of bounds
Baker
at the 19-yard line.
Down at the 14-yard line.
Nobody had quarterback.
The 1st and 10 for the Beavers at the Smith Center 14-yard line.
Two big plays by the Scott City QB. Ball on to Smith Center 19.
Good play by Willie Overmiller.
Pitch comes to Williams.
Williams
First one to
on
make
the carry.
contact was Overmiller. Then
Willie
Cox got
forced
in
him
there.
back inside. I think it's Terrell and Eaton.
Help from Eaton.
Cox there as well. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. Multiple substitutions here for Scott City.
No gain on the play. 2nd down, 10.
Robinson and Smith back in the game. I only seen one leave, maybe one left early.
Williams again on the carry.
Gets to maybe the 12.
Cox
in
on the tackle.
Gain of 2, 3rd down 8.
Must have different packages for different players, don't they? Because they really sub a lot of people, and a lot of them are skill people they're subbing.
Hess went to the wrong side of the field. He's going slot left now. Baker's in the shotgun.
Couchman on the carry.
Gets to about the 11.
It's going to be short of the first down.
Down to about the 7. It's going to be 4th.
6.
4th and a short 3. Looks like they're coming back with their running package. Officials timeout. Scott City calls timeout.
Timeout, Scott City.
8:17 mark of the 3rd quarter. Beaver timeout. Smith Center on top, 20-14.
On those 3 big plays, they've got 164 yards. They've got 226 for the game. So 62 yards of offense other than those 3 big plays. Bueller on the sweep. The
resume play. Scott
pass
City
to
football.
Couchman.
4th down, 3 yards to
and
go
then
at the
Baker
Smith Center 6-yard line.
Getting outside here early in this 3rd quarter.
I think right now that after the penalty, the quarterback's able to carry it and pick up a big first down. 4th and 3. Quarterback bootleg. Frazier got to him, but I think he's got the first down. It's got to be close. Let's see.
Frazier.
It's going to be 1st and goal.
It's going to be about the 4-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal.
3 big plays on this drive by number 1.
1st and goal at the 4.
Full house this time for the Beavers.
Smith on the carry. Gets maybe a yard.
Looks like he got to the 3.
About the 3. 2nd and goal.
Smith Center is going to go diamond. Grady Brooks is going to come in. Alex Hobelman's going to go out. Smith Center moving to that 5-man defensive front. Williams.
Good hit by the Smith Center defense.
Forward progress is going to get him to about the 2.
Looked like Eaton and Cox
I'd say the 1-yard line. 3rd and goal.
I think he is inside the 3. You can see the extra point line. He's inside of that. Looks like 3rd and 2. Clock running, 7 minutes left in this 3rd quarter.
Touchdown, Scott City. Colburn
Scott City Couchman goes in for the score.
So at the 6:48 mark, Scott City ties it up. Now O'Neal for the point after touchdown.
O'Neal to kick the point after. Kick is up, is good.
Kick is good.
So, with 6:48 to go in the ball game,
6:48
1-yard
to go
run
in
by
the third.
Couchman. O'Neal kicks a point after.
Scott City
21, Smith Center 20.
Jumps on top of Smith Center by a score of 21-20.
Boy, Don, you talk about a tale of two different sides of the game here. Smith Center jumps out on top 20-0. And as you mentioned, there were a couple of opportunities missed with a turnover on the kickoff that Smith Center was unable to capitalize on. And then Uncle Momentum went from the south side of this field to the north side with about 5 minutes left in the first half when Bueller went left for 60 yards. And then Baker hit Couchman a couple of minutes later on that swing pass on 4th down. And all of a sudden, it's a one-score game. And unfortunately, the Beavers have come back with 3 big plays by Ron Baker, their quarterback. And now the Beavers find themselves on top of the scoreboard 21-20.
You know, we talked in the first half of how crucial it was going to be for Smith Center to maintain possession of the football. And that has become more and more evident as this game has moved along. High pooch. Better get on it. Good job. Oh, Frazier lost it, but I think he got it back.
Redmen will down it.
Yep,
I think
Lewis got
Frazier
it.
went up to get the football, comes down with it. It'll be
First
Smith
and
Center
10,
football,
Smith
first
Center.
and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Ball in the Redmen 27-yard line, 6:46 to go, third quarter.
Smith Center's first possession of this second half.
Coleman
slips about the line of
slips down,
scrimmage.
maybe a gain
No
of
gain,
a,
second
maybe a
down, 10.
yard.
Baker, the safety, made the tackle.
Newell, right side, got the edge, first
Newell
down,
on the
Smith
carry.
Center.
Going to get out to about the 39-yard line.
And that was
First
almost
and 10,
broke.
Smith Center.
You thought at the point of attack that Scott City was going to be able to maybe string it out to the sideline. Then Cale got the corner turned, and you thought, well, maybe Cale's going to go for a touchdown. Tripped up as he crossed the 35 and fell forward to the 38.
Eaton, not
Eaton, the ball
much.
carrier,
Got
gets to
across
about
the 40.
Piled up there. Barman on the stop, gains about a yard, second down 9.
Newell again on the carry,
Newell
maybe a
gets
yard.
maybe a yard or two. About the 42. Third down, about 7.
McNary is going to replace Kuhlman in the backfield. Big third down play for this Redmen offense.
Eaton the carry.
Now, I think it was
Aaron
McNary
gets
Yeah,
about
it was.
2
on a
to the
lead.
44.
It's going to be
Fourth
fourth
down.
and 5, and now Smith Center is going to send the
And
punt
about
team
5
in.
yards to go.
Smith Center being forced to give up the football.
Nick Walker
Bueller and Robinson
formation
back
for
to
Smith
return
Center.
this kick.
Robinson, Beeler deep for Scott City.
Angle toward the sidelines, gets a good bounce. There's a good tackle.
Robinson's going to be dropped
Robinson was
by
on the
Kuhlman
return.
back at about the 20-yard
Brought down by
line.
Kuhlman for Smith Center.
First and 10, Scott City.
First and
He's gonna
10
be at
Beavers.
their own, looks like 21-yard
Smith Center
line.
going back on defense. Imperative that they stop the big play. They've put this Scott City offense in down and distance predicaments all day.
Quarterback again, trying to get outside. Coleman got
Baker
him
on
that
the
time.
keeper, tripped up.
John, you
Going around the
notice
far
Scott
side
City
by
seems like they've
McNary.
had greater success offensively when they spread the field.
Check it, Kuhlman trips him up.
They were
the
split
24,
right,
gain of 3, second down,
twins
7.
left that time. Looks like Baker's a little gingerly getting up.
You know, he's about 6'2", but he's not very thick from the waist down.
No, he's not. Now they're going to twins split and slot right, split left, motion.
Baker's
Haven't
pass
seen that all
incomplete
night.
on the far side.
Well, you
Intended
thought
for
that they were going to
Robinson.
run the same
Third
play
down
that they
set.
ran
Right.
for their second touchdown to Couchman, faked the pass in the flat, and tried to go back on an out pattern on the other side. Hobelman stayed home, had it covered pretty well. Now Scott City facing 3rd and 7. Clock stopped with the incomplete pass. 3:09 left in the third.
Big play for the Smith Center defense. Get him.
Terrell from behind.
Drop by Terrell. Cale Terrell brings him down about the 25-yard line.
dropped
He'll
back
gain
the
a
pass.
yard.
Pressure by the
And make it
Smith Center
4th down,
defensive
6.
front. Cale Terrell's able to get him from behind. Going to force 4th down for the Beavers in punt situation. He's dangerous
Baker
back there,
back
isn't
to
he,
punt
John?
for Scott City. Newell,
He's elusive.
lone deep back for Smith Center.
Baker kicking into the breeze.
Oh, we should have caught it.
To be
Taking it
down by
first
Scott
touch.
City.
As a line drive
Smith
kick,
Center
I
have
think
it
it kind
first
of
and 10
surprised
at their
Cale
own.
Newell.
He might have lost it in the
35.
sun,
Yeah,
too.
he might have. That's right. Smith Center offense looking to put a score on the board. 2:22 to go in the third. Scott City on top of Smith Center, 21-20.
Hobelman,
Hobelman on the keeper.
not much.
No gain on the
Not
play.
much
Second
at
down,
all.
10.
You know, Don, they've really set the edge with Jacob Rios out here almost as a box end. He's playing linebacker. They're playing a 5-4 now. They've got 5 down linemen, and then Rios on this side and Hess on the far side set outside of their defensive ends.
55 back in the ball game, John.
There's counter. Oh, good block by McNary.
Cale Newell down the sidelines.
Newell on the carry.
Aaron McNary downfield got Newell another 15 yards. He knocked a would-be
Red
tackler
O'Neill
away.
brings him down at the Scott City 38-yard line.
First and 10, Smith Center.
That's good for Redmen.
Ball on the Scott City 38-yard line. Coleman getting to the corner.
Cut inside of him.
Face
There we go.
Kuhlman brought down at about the 22. We have a flag on the play.
That'll be half the distance to the goal.
Coleman cut inside of Baker. Baker got him by the head. Got the face mask.
Face mask.
Personal foul, face mask against the Beavers.
And that's going to put it, what, on about the
I would say it around the 11.
Ball is about the 22, 23-yard line.
Personal foul. Face mask.
To make it 1st and 10, ball at the 11-yard line.
Four-down territory, but the other plus, Smith Center can get a first down.
Which they needed earlier on a drive.
That's right. Coleman! Inside the 1.
He might have a first down.
Oh, he's got to.
First and goal, Smith Center.
First and goal, Smith Center. Hobelman, touchdown, Smith Center.
Touchdown, Alex Hobelman goes in from a yard out.
Smith Center's going to go for 2. They got to get Hurt back in the game.
That's going to make the score 26-21, Smith Center. Red will go for 2.
The Center's going to go for 2.
Oh, we got flags.
We have flags.
That's on them. Somebody on Scott City lined up in the neutral zone. So that's going to make a 3-yard line to gain, 1.5 yards.
Offsides against Scott City will make it half the distance.
One time.
Now they're going to go with another down line at 52.
Take a defensive back out, put in a 230-pound defensive tackle.
We need a crease.
He's in!
Coleman in for the 2-point conversion.
Truett Coleman for the 2-point conversion. So at the 107 mark of the 3rd, Smith Center now back on top.
107 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Score of 28
Alex Holman scores from a yard out. Truett Coleman runs a 2-point conversion. Smith Center 28, Scott City 21.
Golly, we got a little over a quarter to play.
First 3 have been some kind of football.
Wow.
This one might replace that Silver Lake game with Tad.
Yeah.
It'll be Hess and Beeler deep for Scott City.
Terrell to do the kicking. Big bounce, didn't get it. Crops on a return. Where's the ball at?
Clear up here. The 38.
Meyer on the carry, runs into a pile of Redmen about the 30.
He almost made it through.
Was that 83?
Joey Meyer.
Joey Meyer from old DePaul days.
Ray's boy.
Terrell and Hurt, bottom of the pile. It's going to be first and
Scott
10
City,
at
first
the
and 10. Good field position.
Line.
Their own 38-yard line.
66 being replaced. Dylan Ellis. 55's back in at this tackle. Whoa!
Nothing. Cox
Williams
on top.
The carry, gets maybe
is that
a yard
Hurt on
or
the
two.
bottom? It is Hurt on the bottom.
Just a straight dive. Williams on the carry. Got a couple.
Here's a final in 2A. Osborne 50, Purdy Prairie 40.
That's 8-man one, Mikey.
Purdy Prairie #1 in that Class 8-man Division I coming in. They'd fall to Osborne Bulldogs.
Weiler trying to get outside. Make a tackle. We do.
Wheeler's going to be knocked out of bounds at about the 47-yard line.
We had him about 5 yards back. He's quick. And he's a sophomore.
It'll be 3rd down.
Another big third down play for the Smith Center defense. We're going 5. Get out of the game, Alex. Here we go. Boy, I'd keep an eye on that #1. Make sure somebody's assigned to the quarterback. Boy, he's a load.
Couchman on the carry.
Couchman on the carry.
Gets to the Smith Center 45-yard line.
Bouncing off the tackles and picking up the first down.
1st and 10.
Beavers already in Smith Center territory at the 46.
9 seconds to go in the quarter.
That's probably going to be it. Good news is Redmen up 7. Bad news is the Beavers now have the win for the next 12 minutes.
Smith Center 28,
We've
Scott
played
City
3.
21.
What a ball game. Smith Center 28, Scott City 21.
Ask any sports enthusiast what fall means in Kansas and they'll tell you football, cross country, volleyball, soccer, and much more. The best in entertainment, sportsmanship, and community involvement unfold. Activities give fans the opportunity to show how much pride they have in our youth and to talk about their accomplishments. Support your school, student body, faculty, and administration. A public service message from the Kansas State High School Activities Association and Channel 17 Sports.
Scott City football 1st and 10, again at the Smith Center 45-yard line.
We start the 4th. Wow.
Was that Willie?
Gary.
Was it Willie?
The play, 2nd down 10.
I think originally, but he got help.
Along to you in 3A. Wellsville victorious today by a score of 55-12. And here's one. Hutch Trinity 28, Wichita Collegiate 6. Correct. Hutch Trinity 26, Wichita Collegiate 8. But Hutch Trinity defeats Wichita Collegiate this afternoon, 26-8.
Gain of about a yard on the play for Williams, and he's had rough going tonight.
Watch #1.
Reverse.
Inside counter. Bueller.
Great play call.
Touchdown, Scott City. Beeler goes 45 yards for the score.
What a play.
First time they've ran it all day. A counter trap.
I didn't get a number. It looked like somebody almost brought him down. And then it was a foot race and
not going to catch him.
Pretty fast.
O'Neill to kick the point after.
Boy, we got a 4th quarter to dream about right here. Kick is up.
Neal's
kick is good.
So 11:05 to go in the ball game.
So we're tied up again.
Run by Beeler.
11:05, excuse me, in the ball game.
28-28.
Smith Center, Scott City, knotted up, 28-28.
Another message from the Activities Association. Do you want to share an exciting moment with thousands of fans across the state and be a part of the crowd that attends a state championship sponsored by the Kansas State High School Activities Association? For more information, call the Kansas State High School Activities Association at 785-273-5329.
No substitution for speed. And a little misdirection once in a while.
It was great execution.
Yes, it was. It seems like just when you think you got these people figured out, they throw another wrinkle at you that you haven't seen all day. O'Neal to do the kicking. High end over end. Coleman at the 10. Wow, nobody touched 22. Wow.
It's brought down about the 18.
22's Dalton Smith.
Boy, he had a free shot.
Smith Center have 1st and 10. Ball be at their own 19-yard line.
All right, 1st and 10, Smith Center. Ball on the Redmen 19-yard line.
Newell.
Cale Newell on the carry.
21. He'll pick up a couple. 2nd down, 8 yards to go.
Need one of those drives, John.
One like the first one.
Yep. Hubelman on the keeper. He's got 1st down yardage.
On the keeper.
Luke Hayes on the stop for the Beavers.
Don, you can see him talking to 53 over there, Jacob Rios. We talked about him and the fact that he's outside their end, and you can see their coaching staff that play and say, hey, you can't sell out on 6. You've got outside responsibilities. He did not account for number 7 there.
Cale Newell! Can he outrun him? Wow! Cale Newell driven out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
1st and goal, Smith Center.
Hey, give credit to 35, Couchman. He had a great angle.
Yeah, it looked like he had him measured all the way down the sidelines, didn't it? 1st and goal, Smith Center. Coleman! Touchdown, Smith Center!
Smith Center.
Wow, what a ball game. What a ball game. Just when you think we're bottled up, we bust one. Terrell for the point after.
Kick is blocked. So at 9:54 to go, Coolman scores from 4 yards out.
Terrell's point after touchdown is blocked. We're at the 9:54 mark of the ball game. Smith Center on top of Scott City, 34-28.
The extra point.
seemed like every time on point after touchdowns, Scott City had overloaded their left defensive side. And that time they had one come free. Was it Hess?
I didn't get
39.
a number.
Cale Terrell to do the kicking once again for Smith Center.
Terrell to kick for Smith Center.
It's going to be covered by Tyler Hess.
Tyler Hess falls on the football at the 25-yard line.
Another sophomore for Scott City.
First and 10.
It's going to be 1st and 10 Beaver from their own 25-yard line. 9:53 to go in the ball game.
Boy, some confusion with Scott City. Bueller's out, now he's back in. Number 70, a late substitution. First time I've seen him today, Manuel Carrillo. They were short a lineman.
Quick pitch. Beeler got him that time. Just trying to take advantage of that speed.
Eaton and Kuhlman picked up 4. 2nd and 6.
Brought down at the
I think McEachern is still in the game. I'm not sure who
2nd down 6.
Carrillo came into the game for. I think he's the center.
He is.
They didn't have a center when they started this series.
59, Dorman's trying to get back in the ball game. It's going to go up sidelines. Hobelman, incomplete.
Pass intended for O'Neal, going to be incomplete, overthrown.
Pass intended for Brett O'Neal. Overthrown, incomplete.
Kind of an out and up scenario.
Now, number 59, Jake Dorman's back in the ball game. I believe it's center. 3rd down, 6 yards to go. Let's make sure somebody's assigned to number 1. Now they got trips.
We're blitzing.
Don't let him out of the pocket. Baker runs out of bounds, 1st down yardage.
Flag down.
It's going to be holding.
To the Scott City 41, we have a flag.
Holding, please, holding. Chop block. Yep.
That's a big one, remember, Don?
Loss of down, right?
No, I don't think it's loss of down, but it's 15.
And it's 3rd down. It's going to be 3rd and about 19.
I think it's probably going to be on the back.
Foul occurs at the 25-yard line.
Let's replay that. I think it's probably going to be on the back. Similar to what they called on Eaton against Sterling.
3rd down, 20.
Right there. Right there. From the backside. Looked like somebody chasing from behind got cut.
This is huge. 3rd down, 20 yards to go. Now we got confusion in the Scott City backfield. Screen! Well, we had that covered. Great job by Eaton and Hobelman.
They were coming back to 21. Caleb Romer, if we show the replay, you see Eaton slide outside with him. Good pressure by Nixon. Forced Baker backwards, and he had nowhere to go but to throw it in the ground.
Now, again, another play we haven't seen. Of course, you're not going to see that one probably more than once anyhow. Now, we're going to get the ball back. Let's just make sure we have the ball. Don't rough him. Nice kick. Wow. Wow.
That
ball's going to be blown dead on the Smith Center 10-yard line.
Big punt by Baker. The Smith Center have first and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
I don't remember where they were at. Somewhere in the neighborhood of 75 yards. That's what you call flipping the field.
Shows you 71 yards.
71-yard punt.
All right, but it's our football, first and 10.
Let's hope it just adds to our total offense.
That's right, on our own 10. Coleman! There, we flip it back, John.
The quarterback's down. Baker's still down on the sideline. Now he's getting up. Well, we got back the roll on the punt on the first play.
And then a little bit.
First and 10, Smith Center at the 39-yard line.
Baker's out of the game, John. He's woozy and staggering. Scott City quarterback is beat up. I think he made the tackle, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Newell on the carry.
Gets across the 45.
He's got about 6 or 7. 7 minutes, 50 seconds to go in the ball game.
66 hobbling going back to this huddle.
I'll tell you, these guys, they've been beat up a little bit today.
They keep bringing them in, though.
Yeah, they do.
They're deep.
Second down, 3.
Alex starting to slow it down at the line of scrimmage. Fullback, Eaton still on his feet.
Still going. He's got first down yardage.
Give the officials credit for not blowing it dead.
Good for Redmen. Upside down, Blair.
Cale Newell kind of dragging his shoulder.
The center has first and 10 against the Scott City 49-yard line.
Coleman, stay in bounds. He didn't.
Knocked out of bounds on the far side, about the 45-yard line. He'll pick up about 4. Second down, 6 yards.
One bad thing about that. One out of bounds.
If we pick up 5 yards in the next 9 plays, that'll be okay.
Yeah, it will. 6:52 to go in the ball game. Red on top by 6. Newell. First down, Smith Center, I think.
Good cut by Cale. You could see him look outside. He really thought about coming this way. I think Eaton's got a problem with his pads.
That's good for Redmen.
They're going to tell Truitt to go to the fullback.
First and 10, Smith Center at the Scott City 39-yard line.
6 minutes, 40 seconds to go in the game.
I think he's got a problem with his pads. Boy, that's not an opportune time to have that happen.
No kidding. AMAC.
Face mask.
I don't think so. I thought at first it was gonna be.
Gets a yard or 2.
Boy, he sure tackled him high.
He did. I think he had him around the shoulder pads. 6 minutes to go in the ball game.
Eaton back in. Looked like Doug Boucher, Johnny on the spot, fixing him up, getting him ready to go. 5:50 and counting.
Eaton! First down, Smith Center.
About the 28-yard line. Brought down by Baker.
Terrell, McDowell, and Overmiller opened a hole inside that time.
Baker's back in the ball game for Scott City. 5:30 to go in the ball game. Coleman inside the 25, down to about the 24-yard line. Under 5 minutes to go in the game.
3 on the play. We'll call it second down 7.
Boy, Don, you got to hang on to it here.
McNary, good cut! I think he got a first down. No, I think he's short.
Great block by Cale Newell. Hopefully we show the replay. Cale Newell locked his kid up, and Truett was able to sneak outside just barely.
3rd and less than a yard.
The last few games we've talked about the need for our backs to block for each other. I think we're getting better.
Under 4 minutes. Eaton. First down, Smith Center.
22. McEacher and Hayes on the stop, but that's good for Redmen.
They're going to go back. No, 66 hobbles in, 55 hobbles out.
Yep.
Thought they were going to go back to a 5-man front, but they're going to stay 4 unless they're already 5. Nope, they're already 5, Don. They're 5-2 already.
5-2, and they've got their corners rolled up. Coleman inside the 15.
Gets to the 20. Second down, 8 yards to go.
On the next snap, there's going to be under 3 minutes to go in the game. Coleman
on the carry, gets inside the 10.
3rd down.
About the 9-yard line.
3rd and about a yard and a half.
Officials timeout.
We got an injured Scott City player, I believe.
Officials timeout.
35 has a helmet problem. Couchman.
Let's hang on to the ball, boys. Coleman again, cuts it back. He's down to about the 5. It's going to be 1st and goal, Smith Center.
1st and 10, Smith Center. That carry is good for Redmen. 1st and goal at the 5.
And again, there's going to be under 2 minutes on the snap.
Let her run, boys. Let her run. We can go to 144 before we snap it.
Scott City with 2 timeouts left. Eaton.
Keep going, keep going.
Kuhlman.
Not much. Scott City's going to call timeout.
Scott City will have 1 left.
Did he get maybe a yard?
I don't know if he even got that.
We're not going to be able to run it out. Scott City's going to be able to stop it. They've got 1 left. We're going to have to score to win it.
And we've got 3 downs.
We've got 3 downs. They've got a timeout. If we don't score, they're going to get the ball somewhere around 40 to 45 seconds left on the clock.
The stand will be open after the game. Hot dogs $2, or excuse me, hot dogs are $1. Hamburgers $2 while they last. Again, the concession stand open after the game. Hamburgers will be $2, hot dogs $1 while they last.
Hope everybody online has enjoyed this great football game here this afternoon from Hubbard Stadium. It's not over yet.
5-yard line.
2nd down and goal from the Scott City 4-yard line. Coleman!
Kuhlman on the carry.
Falls forward, boy, to the 3.
Scott City calls another timeout.
Call their 3rd final timeout.
Tough sledding inside the 5, Dawn.
That should be their last one, shouldn't it?
Well, I think they're done.
Yeah, they had 2 left.
When did they call the first one?
They took 1 off of Smith Center.
I'm not so certain that they don't have 1 more left. Because at the time when I looked up at the scoreboard, it only showed 2, but I'm not so certain that they didn't have all 3 left. Well, now I can hear the press box is saying that the White Hats signaled the wrong way.
That's what I thought. I think they're out.
Well, we certainly didn't call it. So now we're not sure.
Now we're not sure. Let's just score. 3rd down, and must have been no gain on that play.
He's at the 4.
There we go! Cale Newell, touchdown, Smith Center at the 1:30 mark of the ball game.
We're going to go for 2.
When's the last time in this drive we went right?
When Newell got tripped.
That's right. That's the only other time. Smith Center to go for 2. There it is! Untouched, Cale Newell for the 2-point conversion.
The 4-yard touchdown and the 2-point conversion.
There's a minute 30 to go in the ball game.
And Scott City 28.
Smith Center on top of Scott City, 42 to 28.
Don, there's a minute 30 left, and they scored a couple of touchdowns in about a minute and 30 in the first half.
We talked about that 2-touchdown, whatever you called it, something real technical or something.
Advantage, I think. It's nice to have with a minute and 30 left, but...
So you think the timeouts are right?
I'm not sure. I'm honestly not sure.
They're out of timeouts, aren't they?
They did? Okay, because Dimitri said they signaled to us. That's why he took it off the bus. I saw them say.
Okay, we believe Scott City's out of timeouts, but the scoreboard shows. I think they gave credit the timeout to the wrong team. Terrell to do the kicking.
Hopefully not very deep.
Ball's on the ground. Scott City's got it. Yeah, but they're out.
Okay, minute 28 left. Scott City offense back on the field. And they have big play capabilities. The wind is at their back. They are out of timeouts. 1st and 10 at their own 38.
You got to think it's going to be going up all over the place, and just keep the quarterback contained. Deep over the middle, incomplete. I think that was intended for number 3, Bueller, but it was incomplete. Thing is that plays like that don't take much time. Give up time for downs. Split slot both ways for Scott City. A minute 23 to go in the ball game.
Our secondary's 10 yards deep. Out in the flat to Bueller. He's going to get out of bounds. Not much off the clock. Still a minute 18 left.
He's going to gain about 4 yards.
42. That'll be a pickup about 4. 3rd down, 6 yards to go.
You know, Don, that's a situation where you run that play and then you fake it out there and make that corner come up and try to throw it behind.
An instinct makes him come up. The coaches are telling, make him catch it in front of you. Good play out here in the flat.
Inbounds.
That Couchman's a player.
No, that's not Couchman. That's Hess.
That's Hess. You're right, 39.
But the clock will run.
Soon as the down's set.
We need to get those chains set, men. Minute and 11 left.
Pressure!
Ooh, almost.
Incomplete.
Baker took a shot.
Zach Hurt.
Hurt and Overmiller met at the quarterback. O'Neal, a diving attempt. Pass falls incomplete. 2nd and 10. The Beavers at the Redmen 44. And again, 66 hobbles out. Dylan Ellis.
Second down and 10. Distance is really immaterial right now.
Baker pump and go. Forced out of the pocket. Complete to his big tight end. Eaton went low. Tight end went head over heels. Luke Hayes. And I think he got out of bounds, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he did.
55 seconds left. This game is not over. Beavers down to the 29.
Double pass. Complete once again to Hayes. Knocked out of bounds by Coleman at the 15-yard line.
At about the 16-yard line.
49 and a half seconds to go.
Just outside the 15-yard line.
Let's keep him in bounds. Screen, slip screen. Uh-oh. Touchdown, Scott City.
Pass complete
We still got 41 seconds left. Remember that onside kick against Sterling?
Yes. Well,
we didn't cover it.
They squibbed one here a little while ago that Frazier did a great job to get on top of.
It's going to come down to covering an onside kick and snapping the football a couple times.
What a football game. 42-34. Smith Center on top. O'Neill's point after. It's good.
So 40.9 seconds to go in the game. It's Smith Center.
All right, just like John said, onside kick.
Scott City 35.
Smith Center recovers it. It should be the ball game.
Redmen!
42-35, Smith Center. 40.9 seconds to go in the ball game. Scott City out of timeouts. Of course, this last touchdown drive, they didn't need them. It's definitely going to be an onside kick. Here we go. Coleman's got it. That should be a flag, you bet.
Truett's hurt too.
Yeah, you know, you see that all the time, but not quite like that. 39.6 seconds. Scott City out of timeouts. Smith Center's going to go to victory formation, snap the ball, and watch the clock run. What a ball game.
Quick whistle!
You can see the umpire talking to the defense saying, hey, boys.
Yeah. Holman's going to take a knee. Ladies and gentlemen, we've witnessed one heck of a football game here this afternoon. And if I were to say I wasn't a little bit surprised, I'd be lying. Smith Center saved the best football game of the year for this one today. And you know it sure was needed.
Takes the knee once again.
And that's going to do it. Smith Center is going to go to 8-2 on the year and advance. Scott City's going to fall to 10-1. Final score from here at Hubbard Stadium. Smith Center 42, Scott City 35, and what a ball game. Now, if somebody's going to have to correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that if Conway Springs defeats Garden Plain tonight, the game will be here next week. If Garden Plain defeats Conway, Smith Center would be going to Garden Plain. So the outcome of that ball game tonight is going to determine where this game will be played next week. But one thing's for certain, Smith Center will be in it. John's got some stats, I believe.
For the game, Smith Center with 22 first downs, Scott City with 13. Scott City 27 rushes, 258 yards. Smith Center 73 rushes, 372 yards. Scott City with another 106 passing yards, 6 out of 13 through the air. Total offense, Scott City 40 offensive plays, 364 yards. Smith Center 74 offensive plays, 372 yards. Excuse me, I've got an error on that. Smith Center with 73 rushes, 411 yards on the ground, and total offense of 411. So total offense 411 for Smith Center, 364 for Scott City.
As they continue to shake hands, I will tell you
we'll update time of possession. We had that earlier. Time of possession for the game. Smith Center had the ball for 31 minutes, Scott City for 16. Individually for Scott City on the ground, Ron Baker, who is a tremendous football player, their quarterback, 6 carries, 80 yards. Bueller, the running back, and remember, I believe Mr. Bueller, only a sophomore, 7 carries, 124 yards. Smith, 3 carries, 19 yards. Williams, 8 for 18. Couchman, 3 for 17. Individually for Smith Center, Aaron McNary, 7 carries, 21 yards. Truett Kuhlman, he had 27 carries, 178 yards. Alex Holbeman, 3 carries, 11 yards. Cale Newell, 20 carries, 174 yards. And Zach Eaton, 16 carries for 45 yards. The Smith Center Redmen, your regional champs here in 2010. The captain's getting ready to accept the regional championship trophy. Boy, Don, what a football game.
You know, this team, like I said, they saved the best for last. I mean, meaning tonight's game. Being up 20-0 falling behind 21-20, and able to come back, take the lead again. When they had to do it, the Smith Center offensive and defensive football teams did it. Scott City, what a great future this football team has. You know, a lot of great seniors, but a lot of great underclassmen that'll be back for the Beavers next year. But Smith Center lives to play on, and like we said, next week, if Conway Springs defeats Garden Plain tonight, the game will be here in Smith Center. If Garden Plain defeats Conway Springs, Smith Center will be traveling to Garden Plain. But what a football game tonight. John, they saved the best to probably do it against the best team we've seen all year.
Oh, I don't think there's any doubt about it. Now, I think that this team is comparable to the Norton Blue Jays, who I think has a pretty good football team. Norton playing Beloit tonight in another regional contest. But, boy, you talk about character on the Smith Center side of the field. And I don't think there's any doubt they were the more physical team in this football game.
Oh, I don't think there's any question. Scott City, the Scott City people, the boys, I mean, they were hobbled all through this football game. Granted, quite a few of them were able to fight their way back onto the field, but definitely not at 100%, and some of them were not able to return. But this is by far, I don't think there's any question, the finest football game the Smith Center team has played this year. There are a lot of people that thought we'd be chucking it in tonight. And there's about 50 people down there, and I know a few others that didn't think that was going to happen, and by golly, it didn't. So we lived to play on.
A very, very athletic group of young men wearing blue.
You know, there's no substitution for speed, and when they got loose, we had a terrible time trying to catch them. Getting out early to a 20-point lead, I don't know if Scott City was a little bit in shock. You know, I think this is the one great advantage to playing someone that you never play, because they can't envision how our offense works. They can watch it on film, and I think a lot of times people think that we don't throw past the whole football game and score that many points. And I just think that that's something that they think, well, you know, we can stop this and we can stop that, then the first couple of series, Smith Center offense was unstoppable. But Scott City recovered. They regrouped. They came back. They scored points to make this one heck of a football game. But, boy, when Smith Center was challenged, they answered the call.
There was no panic on the other side of the football field. They got down 20-0. It's like, hey, it's okay.
Yeah, a lot of game left.
And took the lead twice in the football game, up 21-20, up 28-27. And, boy, I tell you what, just a great game. You kind of foreshadowed it with your question with Tad.
Yes.
All the great games that he's seen over the years. I don't know that this one's at the top of his list, but it's up there.
It has to be. And now maybe the opportunity to entertain Conway Springs and the great football games we've had with those people. And you know that they've got a whale of a football team, but also that they'll have their hands full tonight with the great Garden Plain team, who they defeated earlier in the year, I believe 29-7 or something in that neighborhood, but two very, very good football teams there. So once again, Conway wins tonight. The game will be here at Smith Center. Smith Center will travel to Garden Plain if Garden Plain defeats Conway Springs. But what a day here at Smith Center, Hubbard Stadium.
Smith Center Redmen 42, Scott City Beavers 35. Smith Center regional champions once again in this 2010 football season, and will play next Friday, either Conway Springs or Garden Plain. For Dawn and Al and Greg and Christina and Joe and Peggy and Greg, Ashton, we're glad we could bring this to you today. We'll see you next week.